7 cheap sports cars you can actually afford. Most people consider sports cars to be only for rich YouTubers, doctors, or perhaps trust fund kids. They couldn't be more wrong, however, with a constant production of new vehicles providing an ever-growing supply of epic cars for us normal car guys. Sure, a brand new Porsche 911 is cool, but for almost £80,000 or $91,000 in the USA, who's got time for that? Number 1. Porsche Boxster. The Boxster marked Porsche's return to the flat-six engine roots after the front-engine 944, which featured an inline 4-cylinder. Introduced in 1997, the Boxster is going on classic status, which means it is cheap and plentiful on the used car market. Power comes from a 2.5, 2.7 and 3.2-litre flat-six engine mounted centrally just behind the passengers, which ensures perfect road holding and weight distribution. When it was launched, car magazines praised the Boxster for its handling and precise steering, the qualities that still stand today. With a power output ranging from 204 to 260 horsepower and 0 to 60 times in less than 7 seconds, the Boxster is pretty capable, and with 2 trunks, this roadster is practical too. Who needs an expensive 911 when you can have a first-generation Boxster for just £8,000 or less than $10,000? This'll get you an example in pristine condition. You could get 3 of these for the same price as a 911 of the same age. Number 2. Ford Mustang GT. Not exactly a sports car, sure, but who would have thought you could buy an American muscle car with a V8 engine for under £10,000 or dollars? The car in question is the 5th generation Ford Mustang, which was built from 2005 to 2014, and the GT trim level, which included the mighty V8. This retro-futuristic muscle car proved to be very popular with the customers around the world, especially the GT V8 model. If you crave for nostalgic looks but in a modern package, the Mustang is a car for you. Don't expect much in the handling department though, since the car is equipped with a rear live axle. This means that the Mustang has decent handling but nothing spectacular, hence the meme. Number 3. Honda S2000. Introduced in 1999 and discontinued in 2009, the S2000 is an epic mid-powered roadster from Honda. This model is a true driver's car with all the important features we love, like lightweight construction, balanced weight distribution, a powerful and rev-happy engine, and of course, razor-sharp handling. Under the hood is a 2 or 2.2-litre 4-cylinder engine with 240 horsepower, which was the main selling point of the car. VTEC, bro. This little gem of an engine features a 9,000 RPM redline, 4 valves per cylinder, and Honda's famous VTEC system, which provided all the power in high RPMs and a wonderful screaming sound. During its 10-year production run, Honda sold more than 110,000 S2000s. You'll be pleased to know that you can find one today for as little as £5,000. Spend a bit more money and you'll get a nice later model. However, there is one thing you should know. If you're anything like Jeremy Clarkson or are over 6 feet, make sure you test drive one before buying, as the car is really small. Number 4. Mitsubishi 3000 GT and Dodge Stealth. Mainstream sports car enthusiasts often forget the 3000 GT, also called the Dodge Stealth in the USA. With pop-up headlights, rear panorama glass and a big spoiler, the 3000 GT really shouts its early 90s car design. There is much more to this car than nostalgia, however, thanks to its 3-litre twin-turbo V6 with 300 horsepower and intelligent AWD system. This layout makes the 3000 GT a very capable coupe, which can tackle any road conditions. All this tech does have somewhat of a weighty penalty, however, tipping the scale at almost 1.8 tons or 3,800 pounds. Acceleration is still great though, sitting at just over 5 seconds to 60. Prices for decent examples are around £7,000, which is a true bargain. Anything up to around $12,000 will get you a Dodge Stealth if you're in the States. Number 5. Nissan 350Z. Coming from a long line of successful and affordable sports cars, the 350Z was introduced in 2002 and produced until 2009. Available as a coupe or convertible, the 350Z features a 3.5-litre V6 engine with 290 to 306 horsepower, depending on the model and year, 6-speed manual transmission, and rear-wheel drive. Nissan paid a lot of attention to weight distribution, chassis reinforcements, and suspension tuning, which resulted with sharp handling, steering, and pretty respectable performance. The acceleration times were in the 5-second range, and customers praised its driving dynamics, braking, and cornering. Due to the affordable price and great driving characteristics, the 350Z soon became a bestseller in its class, which now means the second-hand examples are cheap and plentiful. Decent examples start from as little as £5,000. Number 6. Mazda Miata. A list of cheap sports cars wouldn't be complete without the legendary Miata or MX-5. I could have included the RX-8 instead, but any cheap examples of these tend to have engines that spend more time flooded than actually working. Despite the fact that the MX-5 is a little roadster with a diminutive 4-cylinder engine, the Miata's perfect balance, rear-wheel drive, rev-happy engines, and precise handling make it a joy to drive. Adding to its cheapness is the fact that Mazda has sold more than 1 million examples since it was introduced in 1989, so they're pretty much everywhere. Thanks to the fact that the Miata is basically an economy car in a sports car powertrain, you can engage in spirited driving down twisty back roads without getting in trouble with the law. Stock Miatas are okay, but the whole point of buying one of these is for the aftermarket available. £3,000 or dollars will get you a great base car, but spend another $2,000 on a few key mods, never go full riser, and you'll have a car that's more capable and fun than cars triple its price. Number 7. BMW M3 E36. With the original E30 M3 going stratospheric in terms of price and the E46 still being too expensive for one without subframe issues, the only way to experience the power of M on a budget is with the E36 M3. Built from 1992 to 1999, the M3 featured a newly designed 6-cylinder engine, with early models having a 3-litre engine with 291 horsepower, and later models getting a larger 3.2-litre with 321 horsepower. If you're American, you got slightly screwed on this deal, I'm afraid. US spec E36 M3s only have 240 horsepower due to emissions regulations which crippled the otherwise pretty powerful BMW engine. Still, this does make them slightly cheaper where you are, and 240 horsepower isn't terrible either. The E36 will get you to 60 in around 6 seconds, but more importantly, if you get a good one, be a good daily driver too. Accident-free examples start from just over £10,000 in the UK, but more importantly, you won't lose a cent on depreciation, as prices are starting to rise. Maintenance and rust could be an issue with a car this old, so make sure you get it checked out first. So there you are, 7 cheap sports cars you can probably afford. Which cars did I miss? Would you go for something even cheaper? Let me know in the comments below. I reply to everyone in the first 12 hours. Cheers!